Hey guys, R2Bits here. I'm Jeff.
I am Josh.
And we're going to be talking about Xbox's top 10 E3 press conference moments.
We're going to talk about the things that we really enjoyed about this conference.
Yes, because there are actually quite a bit. They showed off like 60 games plus like 5 other things. And so we had a lot to choose from. It was kind of a... Microsoft wasn't that hard of a debate actually, but there was some really cool stuff to show off.
Yeah.
All right, so without further ado...
Let's get straight to this top 10 list.
Number 10.
We're going to start this off with Bleeding Edge, which is Melee Overwatch.
Josh, is it more than Melee Overwatch?
I don't know. It could be. But so far, it's looking really cool, though. I'm not going to lie. But I don't know. It has that Overwatch-esque feel where you have multiple types of heroes. And it seems really cool because you're getting away from this FPS shooter mentality and you're going to this melee kind of combat. So it just seems something different. It kind of seems like what's that? For Honor, basically.
I like, yeah. It kind of feels like For Honor and Overwatch kind of merged together.
Baby.
I like the fact that they have like the different characters and they're really personalized. Like you just saw like their names striking through, and hopefully they actually play a lot different, because that's the thing I want more than anything. I want them to play different. I don't want it just to be
and
different.
Even the design of these characters are fucking crazy. Like they don't look like human beings. They look like fucking abominations and shit. Like these guys are fucking
like, look at that guy, look at that guy,
look at these fucking dudes.
Oh
like,
my god,
shit's insane, you know.
Yeah, looks good, man. I mean, it really does.
Yeah.
Number 9.
We're gonna go with the Xbox Game Pass, actually.
Ooh.
So why would we pick this as number 9, Jeff?
Xbox Game Pass, I think, did a lot of really awesome stuff. I think the Game Pass, as you can just see real quick on this screen, it is the PC version, it's the console version, it's Xbox Live for $15 a month. That's the ultimate pass. That's just one pass. And now they're dropping today the PC beta pass, which basically like has 125 games, I think. Not all of them are the same as the Xbox games. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But the cool thing is they have a huge array of the catalogs, and all the new games that are coming out that are from Microsoft directly or Microsoft published games
are gonna be
are coming out to it. Like if you're a PC gamer and you want like an instant game collection, boom, all you have to do is just get it. It's super easy, and like it's just convenient. And I think it changes the way we consume games, right? Like it is kind of the Netflix of video games,
basically.
And I think
that's
that's
Xbox version of Netflix,
right. And I think
games.
That's a really big deal, because like you have these ID at Xbox games, you can see that are going to be on Game Pass, which is amazing, and you have all these AAA games. You have even third-party AAA games that are coming that are going to be on Game Pass. I think Outer Lands might be on it. I'm not sure, but Outer Lands looks amazing. I'm saying for $10 a month, it's awesome. And if you have console and PC for $15 a month and Xbox Live, it's like a no-brainer.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's a really good way also of testing out different types of games as well.
Oh yeah, like why would you pay $60 for a new game every month when you could pay $15 or $10?
And you get a lot of different types of titles and stuff like that.
Exactly, and you could test all kinds of things out. I just think it's hands down, bang for buck, just best thing you can do.
For sure.
Hands down. So moving on,
we're gonna go to number 8, which is going to be Elden Ring, which is kind of it was kind of like, I want it to be a little bit up because it looks really cool, obviously, since also from one of the creators from Software, from the Soul series, but also, you know, it doesn't have that much gameplay shown. It was just cinematic trailer, so it's kind of more of the idea, but that idea looks really fucking cool, don't get me wrong.
It has George R.R. Tolkien, I think it is, from the maker of Game of Thrones. And it has the From Software studio.
Yeah.
So me and Josh were debating, is this going to be a Souls type game, right? Or is this going to be a different type of game? I don't know, because all I will say though is From Software makes good games regardless.
Yeah.
They have been on this Souls kick, which has been cool. But I mean, it's just like some dope Norse mythology, and like it looks cool.
It looks
man.
crazy as fuck. It really does.
It looks like something you would expect from the guy who made Game of Thrones. It really does.
It also has very Souls-esque kind of things where like shit's just kind of crazy and kind of gory and shit like that. So I don't know. I think it just looks really fucking awesome.
All right. Number 7.
We're going to go actually one of Jeff's favorite upcoming games, RPG Time.
Okay, I think this game looks amazing. And I think amazing like the cutest way ever. And this is the reason why. It's an RPG game, but it's being played on, looks like on a kid's desk where you're playing on a notepad. You have paper mache, there's cardboard, there's bottles that pop up full of like dungeons goo, and like it feels like a completely different type of game. It's like, imagine like an older like Final Fantasy VI merged with like Yoshi's Woolly World, Kirby's Epic Yarn, and they had a baby, and it was this game, and it looks cool. Like you can see here, like the character walking around the world and then discovering stuff, and like it just looks super cool. Like
like I'm not gonna lie, when I'm making this list, I saw this game and I'm just like, I don't think it's that cool. But I saw it again, I'm just like, nah, this is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
so it looks very different.
Even for people that are like into these cheeky type of games, I think they will still see this and at least appreciate it nonetheless, right?
Exactly.
Which I think that's the reason why it's on our list.
So now we're gonna continue on with number 6, which is my favorite, Minecraft Dungeons, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. This looks really cool for it looks really cool for a Minecraft game because it's not your usual Minecraft shit.
I also want to jump in real quick and say I am not the biggest Minecraft person. I kind of midst the gap, but this
is weird because
cool. I'm down. I want to play this. I want to play this.
Jeff is not a Minecraft fan. I am not a dungeon crawler fan. Jeff is, and this is literally a fucking merge in between both of them.
Yes, it is.
And like this shit just looks fucking badass. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I never thought Minecraft could look this fucking cool, and I don't know, it just looks really fucking awesome.
And I like the fact of I think it's more than theming, skinning. I think there's going to be some crafting. Obviously, you have the zombies and the skeletons you have to fight against. Yeah. But this, in a weird way, kind of reminds me of those old dungeon crawl games like Gauntlet and other stuff like that. And it just looks good, and it's really exciting.
It looks really cool.
And it's something I think we're super pumped for.
So, anyways, we're gonna keep going on this list, but number 5, which is actually gonna be the new Xbox title, Project Scarlet.
And I think this is gonna be kind of a controversial topic. The fact that we're going to talk about this at number 5 instead of it being higher in the list, and that just has to do with the fact of they didn't really show that much off when I think they should have showed more. They could have done a lot, and they really didn't. Yeah. But I mean, it's exciting to learn about new hardware, right, Josh?
New hardware is always a good thing, especially it creates this race in between companies as to who can make the better thing. So competition is always a good thing for consumers. But like Jeff said, it's just they were just talking about like, oh, this is what it can do, but unless I'm the kind of person, unless I really see it firsthand, I'm not really gonna believe what people say,
Also, I want to know what the hardware looks like, right? I think hardware isn't anything, and ends up going into your entertainment center, so it's not like the end all be all. But it is something you think about when you're wanting to know more, right? The cool thing though is they did talk about the power of this thing, not in like raw spec numbers or anything like that, but they did talk about like
120 FPS
at 4K,
6K,
8K
or 8K,
8K, yeah,
8K.
Yeah. So I just mean like it looks cool, man. Like it really does look like something different for sure. So it's just exciting, and I think that's why it's on our list, and I think that's why we're all about it.
It would have been awesome if like Sony was here and they would announce like Project Scarlet versus PS5 kind of shit. Just to see,
that would have been next level stuff.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Sony wasn't in this conference this year.
Yeah, but it's okay. I think it's gonna make its way regardless. So basically, it's one of those things to get pumped up and excited about for sure.
So now we're gonna continue down this list with number 4. Which is actually another pick out of Jeff's, 12 minutes. So Jeff, convince me as to why you think this game deserves to be in this list.
Okay, so like we're putting as like I picked it off the list. We had to agree.
We both agreed upon it. I know. I don't know. It's just, this is Jeff's big pick.
The thing is, you're looking at it right now, and it probably doesn't look amazing. It's a top-down game. It's 2 people eating at dinner. You'd have to hear the audio to pick it up. But basically, I'm gonna kind of tell you what's happening. This guy's living this 12 minutes over and over and over and over again. It's like the Groundhog Day movie, but in a video game form for 12 minutes, right? And the thing is, he gets to make a amount of choices each time that leads him to like all kinds of different results like here he's telling his wife that, hey, I already know you picked up something for our daughter. Hey, I know your dad died when you were young. Hey, I know there's police at the door. And she's like freaking out and saying like, I need to answer the door. Did you call the cops? And he's like, what's going on? Like, it's kind of confusing, but in a very like good way.
Yeah.
Like, and it has a very good like almost narrative vibe to it. I think that's the reason why it's so high on this list, because it's a still shot. It's almost like a movie where you're just watching the action intensify and intensify and intensify until it's like a breaking point right here where this guy busts in and the guy tries to stab him with the knife, but then he gets knocked out and then it starts over again. And then his wife walks out the door and goes like, hey, are you okay? And then like it's a whole thing all over again, and it just keeps happening and it's happening, and it's just, and then they get kidnapped, and then they're talking on the couch, and then they're in the bathroom, and just like, you can play this out so many different ways, and it just looks so good.
As you can tell, we're both very excited for this title.
Mainly me.
Mainly Jeff, as you can tell.
But, like, I mean, clearly after seeing it and kind of me explaining the premise, it seems like it's going to be a cool game.
It really does. The concept is really fucking cool. I'm not going to lie.
All right, moving on.
Number 3. Borderlands 3. Super biased, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to be in this list. I am a very big Borderlands fan, and this is something that's just, when they announced the 3, it's fucking amazing. So we're just glad that I'm personally glad that this game came out, or it's gonna come out. And they also actually gave out different types of DLC. Like, they showed off a new DLC they're gonna tie in between Borderlands 2 and 3 to be able to merge the gap in between both of these stories.
Since they announced it, Josh has been like trying to play it and get to the DLC
basically,
so he can do it as soon as possible.
So like, I don't know, this game, super biased, but this game looks really fucking cool.
Dude, did you see that Moze? The new style is a mech gunner. Like, that looks awesome. Yeah. Right? And then you have like a beast animal guy. Like, I like the classes. I think they're really different. And I think that's what I'm super excited about. Yeah. It doesn't feel like a rinse and repeat.
Also, they have like different types of like guns and shit. Like, they showed off in one of the first reveal trailers like a gun that could walk and shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, just the creativity they went to these types of like loot and shit. It's just gonna be really cool.
Also, this trailer is good because I think it shows off like the character. It shows off a lot of information. There's some gameplay. There's like
your hammerlock right there.
I mean, like, it's dynamic enough where it definitely deserves to be high up on the list where it's at. Like, it just looks so freaking good, man. Yeah. I mean, it really does.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with that. Well, now we're gonna keep continuing on with the number 2 pick, The Outer Worlds, which when I saw this game, I thought it was a mix between Destiny and No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it really does kind of have that vibe, right? I also think it has a little bit of Borderlands mixed in, and I think it has a little bit of some other games sprinkled here and there. It has some BioShock, like you just saw, some abilities, right? It has some like weird, like, kind of mastermind pulling the strings. Like, here's the No Man's Sky vibe. Like, it just feels really good, and like it's one of those things that like, and it was made by Obsidian, which was the guys who made Fallout New Vegas, which a lot of people say is like the best Fallout game, right? So like, they have a really good chops for making good RPGs, especially action RPGs, right? Exactly. So like, it's just one of those things that just, when we saw it, like, we've seen Outer Worlds before, but like when we saw this trailer, I was like, man. Yeah. And then Microsoft is now the owner of Obsidian now, so I'm wondering if this would be part of the Game Pass or whatnot. But
that'd be really cool if it was.
It would be. It's exciting. Yeah. It's exciting for sure.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna continue to our number 1 pick of the Xbox conference. To nobody's surprise, Cyberpunk 2077.
You got the chip.
You know, Keanu Reeves, that's all we gotta say. Keanu Reeves is in every video game, and he has infiltrated Cyberpunk 2077 as well.
He did it again, boys.
The Fortnite guy came to Cyberpunk 2077, guys. But besides that big reveal, every time we see a little bit more about Cyberpunk, it just, okay, this game is getting better and better, and then this one just showed off way more than the previous ones.
Dude, like, it's so clean.
Like, these guys just look fucking crazy. Like, I don't know, just the environment looks amazing. It's just something that we haven't seen, which is, that's why it's actually so cool about this shit. Like, you have the self-driving car. I don't know, it's very techy, it's very futuristic, and it's just something really fucking cool.
obviously this is a cinematic trailer, right? And like the game's not gonna look this good, but a lot of people have said like it's not that far off from the cinematic trailer.
Exactly.
Right? Like people that have played it, like when you saw the gameplay footage they came out with like 6-9 months ago. Also they announced that it's gonna come out next April, I think. Like, dude, like that's awesome.
That's pretty soon, you know?
That is so soon. And like it's just when you look at it, it just looks so good. Like, oh,
CD Projekt Red really know what the fuck they're doing, you know?
they do.
Which is kind of, I thought it was going to be a really crazy thing because coming from The Witcher 3 to this, I think it's like two different things, but they're just nailing it, I'm not going to lie.
I also thought that they were going to do a thing where it was going to be next gen, but it turns out it's actually coming out this gen, which is kind of crazy. I'm also wondering too if they're going to pull a Grand Theft Auto 5 with this, and they're going to like drop it now and then like
before, and then they do
like 6 months after the new gen comes out,
remastered version for the next gen,
and maybe the remastered version ends up looking like this, and maybe the whole time that's been like the secret all along, that like this version exists and they're ready to drop it as soon as the hardware is like just out there and capable, you know what I mean?
You never know.
Like, God, like just look at the pores on that guy's skin. Again, I know it's like rendered footage as of right now, but we're excited.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying Keanu did it, man.
Keanu Reeves.
He pulled it out.
That's all you gotta say. He's in everything this year.
What did he say? He's like, you're amazing. Like,
you're breathtaking.
Oh, you're breathtaking.
That's
right.
That's what he said.
That's right.
So, anyways, this is gonna conclude this top 10 list. We're glad you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know how do you guys think we're doing so far. Let us know in the comments. And as always, like and subscribe. It helps, helps the channel grow. Help us out. And also follow us on all our social medias. We post
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat,
YouTube, and
Twitch.
Hopefully soon Twitch, exactly.
Right. Eventually, I think maybe a Patreon. I don't know. We're getting ballsy here.
We might make a MySpace too. You never know.
Never know. We're getting crazy, man. We're just trying to find them all. Just get on them, get us down, and just do all the stuff. And real quick, I just wanted to show you a peek of the boy,
Keanu Reeves.
Boom.
That's the really reason.
Looking good, as always. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys later.
Have a good one, guys.
Deuce.